Alright, peace and greetings, YouTubers. So Macklemore has a song entitled White Privilege Part 2 that basically just came out a few hours ago. And it's all over Twitter and people are losing their mind in the comment section on the video. So I said, well, let me listen to the song so I can get my 2 cents. And I listened to the song and I actually commend him for being bold enough to open his mouth and even utter the words white privilege as a white person. Because when it comes to discussing race or anything regarding race in that matter, the biggest offense you can commit when talking about race to white people is bringing up white privilege. And I say that because a conversation about race is already a tough thing to have with white people because there's an element of accountability that they don't want to take. Whether they've done something directly or not, or even if they benefit from something, they don't want to have that accountability. They don't want to talk about it. So when you're having a discussion about race, there's always 2 things that people have to agree upon in order to even have a civilized discussion about race. One, that racism is bigger than just feelings. It's bigger than you just not liking me because I'm black and you want to call me a nigger, or you think that I'm racist because I call white people out on their bullshit all the time on my channel. Okay? It's bigger than feelings. Racism is an entire system of how things are set up that basically disenfranchise certain groups of people and help uplift others. Okay? Racism is an ongoing, it's a verb. It's a verb. It's not just a feeling, it's an entire system. You know what I mean? So accepting that is one part of it. The other part is accepting that because that system has been in place and it's a structural setup that has affected basically the entire world for centuries, there are groups of people who have been afforded a special privilege that separates them from everybody else because that system that is in place works to benefit them while disenfranchising others. Okay, white privilege. Now, if you can't agree to that, then you can never have a decent discussion about race because automatically people don't want to hear that. White people really hate to hear about that crap. What the hell? Are you trying to tell me something that my ancestors did I'm responsible for? Well, no, I'm just saying that the stuff that your ancestors did put a system in place that you benefit from that I don't. That's the argument. But anyway, so I listened to the song, and I mean, he talks about a lot of things. I'm like, he's talking about cultural appropriation. He went in on Iggy Azalea and Miley Cyrus. He talked about so many different things, and it's so funny because I commend that he'd be willing to do that because it could be career suicide. But on the other end, I'm like, it's such a catch-22 because even while addressing his privilege, it goes to show what kind of privilege he has because he's in a privileged position to even talk about his white privilege. Because if a black entertainer were to do the exact same thing, there'd be a whole bunch of backlash. People wouldn't even want to listen, first of all. The fact is, because Macklemore's name is in front of that title on the song, some white people are willing to even actually click the link and listen with an open ear, as opposed to if it were a Drake or somebody else. They just assume that, oh, there's the black people again complaining. There goes the race baiting and the race card and the reverse racism and all the terms that y'all give us when we call y'all out on stuff that we know is not right. You know? So there's even like an element of privilege on that aspect. And it's kind of funny because I'm like, you know, if he comes out with the song and releases it to iTunes, he's going to basically be making money for saying the same thing that people like me and a bunch of everybody else who looks like this have been saying for centuries and decades and have written, you know, all the time. Things that we complain about and say all the time and get ridiculed for, he's going to get a check for it. That just goes to show the privilege. But I like that he's bold enough to do and say, you know, those type of things. Because I think that's where the conversation starts, just acknowledging that the privilege is there. And what gets me is I think white people forget. And I know y'all think I'm really attacking y'all on this, but the thing about privilege is admitting that white privilege exists does not mean that you're automatically directly a racist person towards anybody that's not white. It's not saying that you are a member of the Klan. It's not saying that you want all black people to die. Some of y'all actually do, and some of y'all don't care, and that's fine. I like it when y'all are honest. But all it is saying is that you recognize that there have been a set of cards laid on the table, and some of those cards have been specifically arranged for your life to be a little bit better than others. That's all that privilege means. It just means that there's a system in place that benefits you that does not benefit everybody else. That is all that means. Now, what scares white people is when you get to the point of admitting it, then it's like, well, let's get to that next step. Let's talk about what powers you feel like giving up. That's what scares people. But anyway, I'd like to know what you guys think about the song. I could really talk about privilege all night, all day. That's my favorite thing to talk about. But I already have a video about that, and I'm not going to do it in this video. So if you'd like to hear my 2 cents on white privilege, and it's actually a very well put together concept. It's not me just attacking white people. It's all structural and talking about facts and numbers and all that other crap. It's on my channel. Just scroll back like 30 or 40 videos. I think it's called White Privilege, and maybe I changed the title. But yeah, it's that one. There's a bunch of other videos on my channel about race in general if you would really like to hear my 2 cents. Okay? But as far as the song, clearly it won't be a single. It's not even that kind of song, but he's really trying to be down. I said, you know, we might have to give you a bean pie. Let you start selling some bean pies, Macklemore. You're trying to be down with us for real. I don't know what black person told him about himself, but he has, look, ever since he won that Grammy and that backlash kicked in, he is all about trying to be fair. Now my phone's ringing while people coming. Hold on. Yo, I'm trying to make a video now. Anyway, sorry y'all. But So let me know what you guys think about the song, and we'll kind of go from there. And you know what's funny? If you look at the comment section on his video, because he posted it on his like Vivo channel, the comment section is so funny because it's so much anger and rage. Like race is such a funny thing to talk about because it's like when it comes to addressing white privilege, like I said, there's a level of accountability that white people don't want anything to do with. But it's so funny because when black people do the same thing and complain about what's unfair, y'all throw all the accountability on us about everything we need to take care of. So if we say, you know, this whole thing in Flint, Michigan with the water is just totally racist, and it makes no sense that the working class, poor, and all the black and the minorities that live in the area have this water that's unsafe, y'all jump in and be like, well, you know what, black people, y'all need to take care of the black on black crime, you need to take care of the fathers that are in the household, all the black men that are in jail, all the this, all the HIV, all the guns, and y'all go and do all that. And I'm like, but all of that, once again, is reflective and is the long-term result of that very same system that you're privileged in, that you benefit from. So maybe you might want to go back and look at some of the policies and stuff that have been put into place, because you might have something to do with it indirectly. Anyway, I'm out. Subscribe. Trolls, y'all don't even have to comment, because I know y'all already thinking that how many different ways you can call me a nigger in the comment section. I think y'all have maxed out every possible nigger combination that you can use when you're trying to call me names. Like, y'all got to do better, okay? White, that's not kryptonite to black people. Y'all call us that so much, we be like, okay. And so if you want to try to come and drag and diss me, at least y'all need to be a little bit more creative. Y'all getting a little basic with it, especially in my Oscar So White video. Anyway, I'm out. Let me know what you think about the song. And yeah, we'll see how this goes.